Good morning. Warm welcome to Dr. B.V. Raman webinar series. Uh, Now we have a wonderful session on astronomy. So we will start the session with the prayer. I am adding uh, Srimati Srividya Madam to the studio. Madam, I request you to render the prayer.
Sure, sir. Good morning, everyone. Namaste. I'll start the prayer now. जयति जय जय मा सरस्वती जयति वीणाधारिणी जयति जय जय मा सरस्वती जयति वीणाधारिणी जयति पद्मासना माता जयति विघ्न विनाशिनी जयति पद्मासना माता जयति विघ्न विनाशिनी जयति जय जय मा सरस्वती जयति वीणाधारिणी री 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 सरि ग ग म रे सा सा नि प नि सा सा नि प ग ग म म नि प नि सा नि प म प प ग ग म रे सा जयति जय जय मा सरस्वती जयति वीणाधारिणी कमल आसन छोड़ के माँ देख मेरी दुर्दशा कमल आसन छोड़ के माँ देख मेरी दुर्दशा शांति की दरिया बहा दे तुम तो जग की जननी शांति की दरिया बहा दे तुम तो जग की जननी जयति जय जय मा सरस्वती जयति वीणाधारिणी जयति जय जय मा सरस्वती जयति वीणाधारिणी
Thank you very much, Srividya Madam, for your serene prayer. So, thank you. Now, I will introduce you to the resource person of the day, Sri Bholanath Shuklaji. Uh, I think Bholanath Shuklaji needs no introduction, but I will complete the formality in a very quick this one as quickly as possible. He is associated with the ICAS since inception. So that is one point which we all should keep in mind. He has been one of the close associate of Dr. B.V. Raman, and he is the senior national vice president. He shoulders that responsibility for ICAS, and he has been one of the person who is in a team of the people who guide ICAS. Uh, he held different positions in the past within ICAS, and contributed significantly for the growth of the organization in those capacities. So, with this brief introduction, I welcome Bolana Shuklaji to present the technical paper. He is going to present the paper on origin of Indian astronomy that is relevant to astrology. Though it is a Siddhanta part, there is a lot of things that are involved. Hope you all will get benefited out of this session. So, Shuklaji, is over to you, sir.
Dear brothers and sisters, Namaste. Courtesy ICAS, I am again here to share with you the notes I have collected from different sources. I thankfully acknowledge and extend my respect to all those learned authors whom I have followed, I have read, and I have taken notes from their stupendous works done for the benefit of the mankind. It is an effort to put in one place some of the views of the learned on the subject expressed on multiple dates and platforms. My purpose for preparing and presenting the said notes is very simple to make it easy for interested persons. They may find many shades on the subject at one place. It is often quoted, while mathematical equations provide us certainty, various vectors in space create a web of uncertainty. This makes the study of astronomy more fascinating. I thankfully acknowledge the support from Dr. Sujata Baryar, a senior office bearer and faculty of Patna chapter. I thank her. She helped me in streamlining the subject of astronomy to the ICAS prospectus. Thank you very much, Dr. Sujata Baryar. Before I proceed with today's subject, I wish to share a quote which keeps me in learner's mode ever. To really master a subject, read it to a gathering, just like today. When you break down what you think you know into a teachable format, you begin to truly know something. Today's presentation runs into 110 plus slides. The contents needs self-study at ease at your own time and leisure. I will share the PDF and the related articles incorporated in this PDF to whosoever is interested. They may come to me with my WhatsApp number and email. It will be wise for all of us to explore more from the books, journals, and web pages available freely. What is astronomy? This is a question. This term has been explored by learners in different ways. Some of them are quoted today in this presentation. The cosmology and the cosmography of the ancient Ved is awe-inspiring, to say the least. The Vedic texts are ages old. Bharat stands on the top of the pedestal in astronomical achievements. Some quotes are highlighted here in further in the slides. Thank you. First slide, dear. Yes. Astronomy, learners have time and again defined it. Some of these quotes are shared here in below. The science that deals with the universe beyond the earth. It describes the nature, position, and motion of the stars, planets, and other objects in the skies, and their relation to the earth. The astronomy uses mathematics, physics, chemistry in order to explain their origin and evolution. Objects of interest include planets, moons, stars, nebulas, galaxies, and comets, etc. To acquire the mastery of this science is almost a labor of the life. The literature is exhaustless. The utmost stretch of imagination can scarcely comprehend to its boundless reach. It is often quoted fact that the successive waves of immigration from our Bharat to different parts of the world, founding colonies and settlements, made headway in imparting the knowledge of astronomy among other subjects. You may know the Sankalp, which every devout Hindu knows well and which is recited at every ceremony, is the key to unfold a view of the time at which the earth assumed its present form. The Divya, the ordinary year, the Manvantars, and the Yugs, as we are having seen and read in our astrological texts many times, are only based on astronomical observation. To show the heights in astronomical studies by humankind, an example of polarity and human nature connection and time honored practice. With all humbleness and courtesy, I quote from the book Hindu Superiority, authored by Sri Harvilas Sarda, the first edition published in November 1906. I quote from the page 327, part 2 onwards. May I go to next slide? Before one. Babu Sitanath Jha Roy cites Rishi Gargachar. The man should lie down with his head placed eastwards in his house. But if he longs for longevity, he should lie down with his head placed southward. In foreign places, he may lie down with the head placed even westward, but never and nowhere should he lie down with his head placed northward. In pages, Sri Harvilas Sardaji writes and quotes Rishi Markandeya says that the man becomes learned by lying down with his head placed eastwards, acquires strength and longevity by lying down with his head placed southward, and brings upon himself diseases and death by lying down with his head placed northwards. The polarity of the body natural to it will be preserved and be in just opposition will repel each other, and thereby the natural polarity of the body will be destroyed, intensified and diminished. We as amateurs in general study only in parts. It is just like some boys seeing the elephant and each boy taking note of one of its limbs. I have selected and gathered some basic astronomical definitions from the vast literature available. The presentation has grown out of my notes prepared every now and then after reading the articles and papers available online, free to access to anybody. I take the opportunity to express my gratitude and respect to the authors of the books, articles, and papers which I have read, discussed, and quoted here. I am indebted to all of them. If this attempt succeeds in any way in stimulating interest in the study of astronomy, I shall be extremely happy for the labor. Please, next page. Yes, we can go forward. Next, yes. This is the introduction. Here, the definition of astronomy by different learned persons have been incorporated in these. I have collected from various sources, as I have already told. Next page. This is the solar system explained. This picture you must have all seen many times. Some elaborations about that picture has been given here in below. No, it is one by one. The planets have been discussed here, right from Mercury to Neptune. This is the Venus. Something about Venus has been found and quoted. This is the Earth. In Hindi, we call it Prithvi, Ma Prithvi, Java Prithvi. This is the Mars. We also call it Angarak. We also call it Mangal. We also call it धरती पुत्र, भूमि सुता. This is Jupiter Brahaspati, the Guru, celestial Guru. Some some more notes about Jupiter have been incorporated here. This is the Saturn Shani. Most of the persons are afraid of this planet, but somehow if you study in deep, you will find this planet Shani always disciplines the man for achievements. Yes. These are the inner and outer planets explained. I have taken these photos from internet, courtesy, web pages and the authors. This is also taken from Wikipedia and all that. The source is internet only. And because of the pictures, I have to go there. Otherwise, the material is available in text also. But for pictures, I have to go to the net. These are some topics about extra Saturnine planets. There is Pluto is there, Uranium is there, Neptune is there. Nowadays, Pluto has been sidelined and taken off from this with the new research. There are some significations of Uranus. Many times it has been used in modern astrology and Western astrology, although we have got separate names in our Hindu astrology system. This is Neptune, or we call it Varun many times. This is Pluto. Much has been said, and the word has been coined about Pluto. It is the plutocracy word taken out because it shows only show off business. So plutocracy is a word derived from this characteristics of this planet. This is our Prithvi, something about Prithvi, size, motion, all such details have been given here. Many other informations have been incorporated here just for giving you extra thing to note. Yes, this is the phases of moon. We know we have got 16 plus 15. So these days are counted. These days are based on the phases of the moon. Many things have been said about moon. I have taken out some of them uh, for you here. Shape, size about moon. Many things you require when you study the astronomy. Otherwise, in astrology, regular practice that may not be required for many of us. Yes, it is the tide. It has been proven number of times, day in and day out. The tides have a connection with the sun and moon attraction and the earth. So tides become. There is an article I have just read 5 days back when there was the heavy rains in many parts of the world. I'm just studying that. I'll share on the ICAS chapter platform later date. These are the notes. This is the Rahu and Ketu. An important aspect has to be studied in astrology about the nodes. There is always a debate. We should take true moon or mean moon, true Rahu or mean Rahu. That will be discussed at later date anytime. But here it is difficult. Yes. A Prakashit Grah, it is in our topic, ICAS prospectus. That's why I have incorporated this word, Aprakashit Grah. These some details are given as a Prakashit Upagraha, which will make you understand the subject that a Prakashit Graha continues here again. Yes, these things are very important. We have to know some details about these terms and their details. There are many articles available in our classical text, so I have taken some of them for you in one place to make you understand these solid- solicities and summer and winter solicities. These are the diagrams taken from the net to make you understand. The details are given side by side. This is the winter solicitus. The longer the night. The details will interest you, and this will make you understand the astrology subject as well. When yes, this picture is courtesy internet. Now, here is one very important question. Many times I also missed the difference. So I have to study many times. So I have taken it here. What is the difference between the equinox and solstice? So this uh, page and the onwards pages, you have to read it many times just to understand that. I have taken this article courtesy Sri Atul Sinha ji. He has given a very wonderful article about this. Please read it. I am indebted to Sri Atul Sinha ji, although I have never met. I got it from the net only. So somehow I have always tried to put the name of the original authors and the courtesy I have. Yes. This I'll share the article in text format also so that you can read it at many times. Yes, these, these are these are very important points. This is the zodiac. Something somehow I believe the form this font has I have not selected the right font for this PPT. It is somehow in print form it will be more readable. This is the ecliptic. You know much about this. Further, it goes like that. The picture is taken from the net. And here it comes that always you come to know 23.5, 23.5, 23.5. But many persons may not know. I was also not knowing earlier what is the maximum it can go and what is the minimum. You will find in this article. I'll not repeat here verbatim, but I have given it here, what is the maximum it can go and what is the minimum it can go and how it changes the. These are something about eclipse to show it, this is the heavenly bodies, why such eclipse happens. Many times you read the articles. I have collected some for best of them, those here. This is one thing which is very debatable point. It has never succeeded, and unanimously it has not been made yet after 75 years in our country to choose one. So I have given five different articles on enhanced, including Dr. B.V. Raman and others. Yukteswar and others. And these are the pictures related to solstice. And this is the article where you will see the difference between the tropical and the sidereal. Different methods are taken in astrology. Some take tropical and some take sidereal. So this article will show you the difference and what you are taking, what I am taking, what others are taking. You can understand with this article. This article is very good. I have got it. This is the Larry most of us are using nowadays, but it remains controversial as on date. Although it has become the national finance now, this is a one debate where we should take Chitrapaksha finance also. Many times, many videos and YouTube channels are saying this Surya Siddhant finance based on Surya Siddhant. This is one article. We should add something because see, the starting point is always debatable. It is 499 CE or something else. Because of that, it now differs. This is the Krishnamurti Anas you might have heard. The KP system, those who are following KP, this is their Anas. This one Anas is not much known, but she has also spoken about Mrs. Usha and Mrs. Shashi in her book. So I have taken this one paragraph, courtesy her book. And this is Dr. B.V. Ramasainar, and you have read it in our ICA's old astronomical book about this. Now that book is in different form, but when I started the astronomical book published by ICAS, so there this article was available, Dr. B.V. Ramasainar. See, Yukteswar Anas, you can get much more details about this Yukteswar Anas and details of it in the autobiography of Yogi, Yoganand Paramhans. This is this is the true push Anas. Many of us, many of my friends talk about this true push Anas as well. So I have taken this article also for your study. P.V. Narasimha Rao, particularly the Hora, Jagannath Hora, uh, has professed for, said for this. K. Chandhari is a physicist, in fact, and he has written much about astronomy, but he has, to my mind, he has not been able to prove his theory yet. But he has done a good work about K. Chandhari is always a talk in the talks. These are the differences you may say Aryabhat has said 522 and here it has been taken 499 because of this only we get different answers. These are the pages which you have to read. I have taken a courtesy Mr. Coach. Now this is the subject about planetary motions. I have given these are the topics taken in this. And this has been made according to the prospectus of ICAS, in fact. Otherwise, it is also much needed point to be that some details are always there, in our astrological text, you read them. These are not much required, but when you prepare an astronomical presentation, so these facts and figures are also needed. the terminology great circle and a small circle. Often you come to know the word great circle. So it has been elaborated here. The terrestrial longitude and the terrestrial equator, all these terms, perihelion and aphelion, apogee, perigee, all these words come to you while studying astrology and astronomy day and night. So I have taken and these are the coordinates. These are important points whenever you say cast and horoscope, the coordinates are required. These coordinates are very important to put you at the right place for declinations. One thing I have to say, I have read, although I have not incorporated here, there is some difference in the English term declination and the term Kranti in our Hindu text. That two-page article, I'll share some the other. Otherwise, in popular common parlance, declination is taken as a Kranti. Somehow, I'll share any other day. A two-page article is there. What is the difference in Kranti and the declination? This is the right ascension. You must know this. This is from Encyclopedia Britannica, courtesy. They have given this, and I have taken there. This is the difference between the RA and the declination. Comparison rather, not difference, it is a comparison. What, to, what is what. Now the declination has been defined here. This is the right ascension. And the hour angle, many times this term is being used. So I have taken it for as a short note here. And this is always coming horizon, earth, sky, horizon. These you notice in your study. And in practice also, many times we come across with these terms. So we should have at least way, some idea of it. The azimuth and the zenith and the nadir, the fourth house in your astrology subject, uh, and the celestial meridian. These are some more different definitions taken. It has been explained. This is the ascendant and the MC, the 10th house, and the descendant first. And this is the ancient Indian timetable I have got in one of the old texts. So I have scanned it for you to understand. So friends, the font is a problem here in this PPT. So the PDF I can share through Vishwanathji or directly through me, which will give you to read on your own at different times and at your own leisure time and study time whatsoever. This is all I have got in my notes. So I have finished this PPT and PDF about the astronomy which I have noted in my diary for 30 plus years. And I always want to share what I study with my good friends because I want to learn from this only. And the questions coming from them makes me to think and answer again and again. I have to repeat that what I have said, how far I am correct, how far I am not correct. That keeps me busy, and that's why I keep making notes. So thank you very much, Vishwanathji. Chari Bhai Sahab, Namaste. You have always blessed me and guided me. So this was the presentation. Somehow, Vishwanathji, I request you if somebody asks you to please share the PDF to them so that they may read it at their own time. Okay. Thank you very much for keeping hearing me and giving me time. Thank you very much. I am here to hear from Chari brother.
Thank you, sir. It was a very valuable insight about astronomy. So the importance lies here is the entire astrology has a deep root in astronomy. So all our principles are based on the root is astronomy. All planetary positions and their movement all matters in astrology. So we are coming to the end point of the session. If there are any, I do not see much questions, and since most of the these things are available, a good thing is Boranas Shuklaji has made an effort to compile all these information in one go, that too with a graphical approach. So many times we see most of them in text formats. He has compiled all these things from different sources, which gives a detailed insight and with clarity. So I request Rangachari sir to sum up the session. So I don't think any questions from the viewer side. So
Right,
there are no
fine.
questions posted as of now.
Thank you, Vishwanath. My dear Baisab Bolanath Shuklaji, friends and viewers, last 45-50 minutes, you have been to a visual presentation of the A to Z of astronomy by our senior Vice President, Mr. Bolanath Shuklaji, an astronomer by interest, an astrologer by profession, coming from an industrial group. To sum up what Mr. Bolanath Shuklaji हैं, Bolanath Shuklaji का interest is in greater heights to astronomy, which is the basics of astrology. Without a knowledge of astronomy, learning astrology is meaningless, in the words of Dr. B. V. Raman. Hence, Raman Sahib used to say, how relevant is astronomy? Therefore, when he compiled the syllabus for ICAS examination long back, he stressed the importance of what are the contents astronomy book should have, and he prepared a manual and gave it to all ICAS people. Thereby, more and more books came. Yet, today, what I saw in the presentation is what we should teach in astronomy. For those who are teaching astronomy at various centers, various chapters, various places, whoever has been advocating astronomy, teaching astronomy as a subject of interest or as a subject by force, because often it goes. In the beginning, I was also given. I'm talking about 92, 93, 94, where I used to teach astronomy on the basis of the knowledge I had. Today, the entire presentation went around the syllabus of ICAS, or through the ICAS. So, kudos to our friend, Senior Vice President, Mr. Bolan Shuklaji, for compiling for the help of the present generation as to how astronomy should be taught in the chapters. What are the relevant matters which are to be taught? Every minute point has been brought into focus so that whether it is graphic presentation, whether it is textual, whether it is practical relevant to astrology, every point has been taken care of so minutely, astutely presented, and the number of slides that were there were also covered for the purpose of knowing this is important, what is important. See, Parasara said, Ganiteshu Praveenaha. That Ganit, according to Parasara, includes astronomy also. Lekin we have separated astronomy and mathematics separate. So astronomy has been made easy by today's lecture by Balanand Shuklaji. Therefore, every new teacher who have taken up astronomy as one of the subject must go through these slides and present his viewpoint or her viewpoint in the same manner as he has taken up right from A to Z. So every point, every slide was equally relevant to astrology and was equally important from the point of view of learning astronomy. What is required is every minute theoretical thing was explained through the graphic presentation. So every teacher who is taking astronomy as a subject for study or teaching must apply their mind on the points shown there. Definitely, it will create an interest in every student who wants to learn astronomy because people, when they think astrology, want to learn only prediction, they think. But without the basics, no presentation of astrology, no prediction of astrology comes. Therefore, it is very important for everyone who is aspiring to be or become an astrologer must learn astronomy, and astronomy should be learned through the slides which were put up by our great friend Mr. Bolana Shukla. Because the strain that he has taken, the efforts he has put in to bring in a consistent approach to and graded approach to learning astronomy is very much appreciated, सराहनीय है और साधुवाद है फॉर मौलाना शुक्ला जी नमस्कार नमस्कार okay. Yes sir,
Thank
anything
you
else?
for the
Thank you,
kind
sir.
words. Bhai Saab, thank you very much for the kind words.
Sir, it's a really appreciated because astronomy is one subject which is frustrating people. You have made it very easy, therefore it must be appreciated. There's nothing wrong in it. Even a novice can read this and present the paper properly. That's
Thank you,
really.
Vishwanath. Thank you, Vishwanath, for good show today.
So
Okay,
thank you, sir. So it is my turn to
and then
render thanks to resource
Srivid.
person today.
Yeah,
Bholanatji, you
Srivid.
have taken a lot of pain to compile, make a compilation from different sources. So we also acknowledge credit to all those who the sources, who have
Prepared it.
the people who are resource
Prepared it.
person who have put effort to make it, to available to general public, which
Yeah.
Bholanath Shuklaji has hosted. So it's a great compilation altogether. So wonderful effort by Bolana
God.
Shuklaji in compilation, compiling whole of these from different sources. In the meantime, I also thankful to all the viewers who are attended this session, though it is on a Siddhanta side. So you have shown interest and you have been with us since the beginning of this session. I'm thankful to you. We will again reconnect on second Saturday of the next month. So now we have alternate the webinars on alternative Saturdays. That is on second and fourth Saturdays at 10:30 as usual. The time will remain the same. So we'll reconnect again. Thank you very much. Thank you.
God bless. Thank you, sir.